Hey, welcome to another episode of Beers, Jack and Barbecue. I'm Craig, man behind the camera's Jack. Today we're going to do a quick one, but it's going to be a good one. Have some prime New York strip steaks, sous vide. So dry brined them yesterday, 24 hours. Can't tell you how important it is to kind of get that kosher salt in there. Let it sit for 24 hours in the fridge on a rack, uncovered. It kind of pulls the moisture out, lets it go back into the steak, gives it some nice color. Like I said, 24 hours. You can probably do 4 hours minimum, but other than that, I would, recommend 24 hours. Then after that, I took them, I hit them with some of this Kinders Buttery Steakhouse, straight from Costco product. Sous vide them for 2.5 hours at 114 degrees. It's probably going to go 115, but it went to 114. I left it sit there. So did 2.5 hours at 114 degrees. Got the Weber kettle set up with the Slow N Sear. We're going to do like the cold grate technique, and all we're going to do is once I take them out of the bags here, I'm going to blot them dry. We're just going to sear them off on the Weber kettle with a Slow N Sear, hot and fast. So let me do these right now. So like I said, just vacuum seal them after I did the dry brine. And then put them in there for 2.5 hours. I always recommend for a steak, do at least 2 hours, and not more than 3 is what my opinion is for doing steaks. It's kind of past 3, it doesn't really do much for it, except maybe it makes it almost too tender in a sense. So like I said, all I'm doing here is just took them out. Want to blot them dry, and then we'll see you on the grill here. But here's a nice looking prime New York strip. See you on the grill. All right, so we're gonna get the steaks going. Like I said, doing the cold grate technique. Gonna just set them over here for now. Heard a little sizzle there because I had the grill over the hot fire there for a little while. Gonna go a minute aside and a minute aside, and then we'll do it one more time to make it 4 total minutes. Should have mentioned in the beginning with the sous vide where you can do it any temperature you want. We went to 114 degrees because Jack and I like our steaks at about 125 to 130. And by doing the 114, and now they've sat out, and not that they've cooled down, but they didn't get any warmer. We're going to just let them do the sear, which is going to take it to 125 to 130 at the most, and be a nice low end of the medium rare. All right, here we're going for minute number 2. It's like a nice start there. Same with that one. One more minute. Jack likes his, I actually like my medium rare, and Jack's okay with even slightly less, so he's going to get the bigger one tonight. And I'm going to get the one that's a little bit smaller. This was from an entire New York strip prime roast. I bought the whole thing at Costco. I sliced it myself. Did a couple different things with the steaks, as you maybe saw along the way. One of the breakfast cooks we did minute steaks that actually came out of this same roast. So now we're just going to, these are actually the last 2 steaks from there. All right, we're going to switch them again. All right, there's another minute. That's looking good. Same with that one. One more good charring side here, and we're going to be done here. Minute here, we'll be taking them off. All right, let's see what we got here. This should be the last one. I just want to double check to see if I need to do anything else with it. Oh boy, is that like a nice looking char there. Nice little crisp, nice sizzling. I'm actually just going to yank them off. I'm going to cover them up for a little bit, let them rest, and we'll show you when we cut into them. As always, cheers. All right, so here we are. Like I said, it was going to be a quick cook. 2 prime New York strips. Bought the whole roast. I cut these down myself. Like I said, other episodes we've done already had some of these same steaks out of it. Dry brine them for 24 hours, which, like I said, is key to really just a good overall flavor steak. I mean, you can cook them right out of the packet and they're good as well, but just that dry brine gives that little extra flavor. Hit them with this Kinders Buttery Steakhouse. Before I put them in the vacuum sealed bags, put them in the sous vide for 2.5 hours at 114 degrees. Brought them out, did the Weber Kettle with the Slow N Sear in it and the cold grate technique, which we spun the grates. So you have some char marks just because I had the grill real hot for this. Did a minute aside, 2 times on each side, so 4 minutes total. And here we are. So like I said, I'm looking for a perfect medium rare. And through. And boy, that looks nice. So let me take a little sample here. Well, that dry brine, you can just taste that little bit of salt and helps with the crust a little bit. This buttery steakhouse season, I kind of really like it. Steaks are super tender. That's the one thing that the sous vide actually helps with, makes them more tender. Helps you get these perfectly cooked steaks by just doing that little bit of searing at the very end. Like I said, 2.5 hours is perfect for tenderness. Now these were prime, so they already had a good amount of fat and they were already pretty tender, but just stepped it up a little bit here. So great steaks, great dinner. So hopefully like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell, get notifications every time we put something out. Every 2 weeks we put a new video out, so we'll see you next time.